What's going on, traders? Pretty lethargic day today. So I don't know much sleep, but wow, looking at ICX, I mean, I just looked at this chart this early morning and I was like, wow, I did really miss out on that one. I mean, wow, you broke this macro accumulation range with so much amount of energy. I mean, this is crazy price action right here. Going to be testing the all-time highs pretty soon at 2.3. I mean, ICX back at $2.3. Like, wow, what? Where are we at? Are we back? Are we back at 2017 mania or what? Because most of these coins are actually heading on to those levels with such amount of swiftness and not much retail interest as well. So this signifying the fact that we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go for this current bull run on cryptocurrency markets. Anyways, this is a certainly fast moving train. Would it be wise to jump into it? I don't think so, but this one was an opportunity right here. If you jumped into ICX right here around these levels, then you are probably good. You're probably good, because this one being the most significant risk management area, basically the stop loss, and you could see traders starting to take risk below this wick right here, above this wick right here. So yep, came pretty close to the stop losses, and simply, wow, just simply went ahead with to the upside. Okay, I don't think this is going to be worth trading on the USD pair, because it's just moving so fast to the upside. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to time this one out, and most likely any rejection of upside price action could lead to some overextended reaction, right? Overreaction, that's the name of the game in crypto markets. These assets, they overreact to the upside. The same goddamn assets, they overreact to the downside, right? Like this move right here, this particular move right here, this was a complete overreaction, about 30%, something that we saw yesterday on Atom as well. Complete overreaction, was completely unnecessary, but yep, the tether FUD, something like that, just make these shitcoins more volatile. On the extreme small time frames, I think you could simply argue that this could also be treated as a little risk management zone, because this one being pretty liquid, you're getting upside rejections, but you're breaking above it with good bullish engulfing candles and retesting it with wicks. So you could argue that 1.65 is going to be one of the key stop loss area, one of the key risk management zone. If we lose that, I think we're probably coming back to retest the hourly 200. Now the hourly 200 is also 30% away. You could short this one right here. You could. I promise that I'm not going to be making any bearish video or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, let's just take the 200 simple. Yes, there you go. If you take this, leave your trade down in the comment below, but this one looking pretty neat, as we are quite extended from the 200 simple moving average in the hourly schedule as well. So could be a good short position, could be a good short scalp. Now this could be accelerated with the Ethereum and BTC dumping at the same time as well, but we're not here to talk about short positions. We are not here to talk about bearish stuff, yeah, because it's a bull run. So apparently if I talk about bearish stuff, you guys are gonna give me so much hate. You guys are gonna hate. You gotta smash that dislike button, right? Right? Don't. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button as well, smash every fucking thing in front of you, just smash it. 12-hour time frame on ICX. If this one if this one closes like this, by the time this video gets uploaded, probably the candle has closed. But if you're closing above this candle like this, then you could talk about the support being confirmed and this one being a proper retest, and then you can start managing your risk coming at this wick right here, something like this, right? You had you managed your risk according to this wick, you would not, you would have still been away in this immense massacre kind of dump or retest of this liquid zone right here. But if you start closing green, if you start closing green candles and preceding few candles are green as well, then you can talk about this area being your risk management. So whenever the prices they come near this point, you could go in for high leverage plays. Now, do not get me wrong, I'm the one bashing high leverage, but if you manage your equity, if you manage your risks precisely enough, if you know the points, you could make a banger off of it while not risking much. Get it pretty clear. Main key factor is going to be risk management. So if you're not risking much and if you're going for high leverage trades in this week, you'll be fine if you get stopped out, right? You'll be completely fine if you get stopped out, because that's going to be such a little, it's going to be such a small amount, so you'll be okay doing that. All right, so this is a little brief on how to trade ICX, I guess, on these levels, which is pretty risky, to be honest. I mean, insanely volatile, but don't underestimate the power of these pumps, okay? Because I mean, you don't have much stopping until you test this all-time high right here. There's not much volume floating around here. That's why this is extremely volatile. You don't have any history, you don't have any support and resistance. So yep. Well, ICX on any other exchange could have a little bit history, I guess. Bittrex, no. OKEX, no, not quite much. CXSD, where are you on Poloniex as well? You're not. Huobi, hit BTC, the last one. Okay, got it. Wow, what the what am I looking at here, man? I should go for the logarithmic chart now, because this move right here now looks quite small. Like, let me just try to compare what I was trying to compare. I was trying to compare ICX USDT on Binance, price action range top somewhere being around 2.3, whereas on hit BTC it looks like wow, it was $13. ICX all time high was $13, man. Wow, ain't that crazy. So let's base off our analysis here on hit BTC. Unfortunately, now this is a calculated version, so basically it is calculated against the BTC pair only. Your levels are pretty clear now to the upside in terms of support and resistance, but I think yep, if this okay, all right, so here how it goes. Ethereum has crossed all-time high. Alternative to Ethereum is Neo. Alternative to Neo is ICX. ICX is also an alternative to Ethereum and Neo. Okay, so these are alternatives to each other, and if one player in the market has actually pushed above the all-time high, so it is very much likely that these assets are also at least going to test their prior all-time highs. So ICX all-time high, pretty crazy number right there in front of your eyes. $14, almost a 10x coming on this, coming from these levels. That does not mean that it happens today, tomorrow, or like the next freaking hour. Things don't work like this. You need giants to move the mountains. The ICX being a giant because it's been a very old player in the market, and it's Korean Ethereum, right? So yeah, it's a giant. It's pretty much giant right here. So until you're violating $3.3 to be honest to the upside, you can simply get sideways chopped out in this zone for a long amount of time, for a pretty large amount of time, something like this. And then let me just draw a few interpretations right here. Then we can talk about something like this, right? So depending on how the market dynamics want to play out, how bullish Ethereum is, how much liquidity we have to push Ethereum and Bitcoin above those areas, how much more interest and how much more money is, how much capital is flowing into the total cryptocurrency space, depends on all of those factors. But if you are patient enough, and if you are, this one right here is a hodl play. I mean, you can certainly go ahead with trading this one in intraday time frame, and maybe gain something out of the chop to the upside and the downside as well. But I think this one is certainly a hodl play. All right, just start managing your risk below $1. Now, since we have closed immensely, like this was a good bullish engulf with a lot of volume coming in above $1 level region. So if you're closing 3 days weekly above $1, you're probably good holding ICX from to all the way at 14 USD. Believe me or not, I mean, it's going to be a simple multiplication of your wealth or your equity or whatever. Now, these are the kinds of trade you want to take if you have $100 and you want to reach million. It's just funny. I just always laugh at it because this was my beginner's mindset when I started trading in the markets 5 years ago. I was like, okay, I got $100. Okay, I'm gonna buy 0.1 BTC. I'm gonna trade it. I'm gonna make it 0.1. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make it a Bitcoin then, and then after that I'm gonna make it 10 Bitcoins and then 100 Bitcoins, and then I'm gonna make it into $1 million. That's not gonna work, bro. That's not gonna work, man. That's not gonna work. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. If you're losing $1 to the downside, then that should ring some bells, and that should tell you that you got to be cautious holding ICX as well. But this is a good long-term hodl play. A lot of rambling on ICX as well. But let's see how ICX against Bitcoin is doing. Let's go to hit BTC only. We have a lot of history coming in. Okay. You can argue that this one is like a double bottom under formulation. Why the heck not, man? This looks nice. But you're already 160% above that low right here, formulated with this low right here. Major opportunity. Anyway, we are closing 3 days above the 200 simple on the 3-day time frame. On BTC pair, quite interesting. You hold this level, you are going to be uber bullish on USD pair. And basically you're going to be uber bullish on a lot of things. Uber bullish. I like this word. Okay. Also, this can be interpreted as a little bit of a wedge, but is it so? Yeah, you did violate this one to the downside, so yeah, you can consider this as a little wedge. Very crappy wedge, to be honest. This is bad, ugly looking wedge right here. But the 200 simple, as far as the prices are maintaining over the 200 simple on the 3-day time frame, we are fine. We're completely fine holding ICX. Then Bitcoin itself, and if you now, this one is again a far-fetched opinion, because BTC pairs could certainly go to these highs, but wow, won't that be madness? I mean, if that happens. So, but those things to happen, various other things on the small time frames have to extrapolate themselves, so then only we can do something about it. The all-time high being 2,300% to the upside. Now that's some crazy amount of targets to the upside. When this happens, not in my hands. If it happens, certainly good for the hodlers, and it all starts right here. Okay, it all freaking starts right here. This is the wedge, and this is kind of like a formulation, like a double bottom formulation with your immense volume coming in, and you want to be breaking this, you want to be staying above the 3-day 200 simple. It all starts here. Just be very, very focused on this one right here, because this could also lead to some good price action with Ethereum. Okay, so if Ethereum going to all-time high is a big deal for you, just keep a keen interest on ICX as well, because this is certainly one of the key players which is going to be awakened from the death bed and skyrocket to the moon. I'm not a moon boy. I'm too sorry for this emotional outburst, but yep, it all starts here. Keep an eye on ICX against Bitcoin. On the 2-day schedule, yep, you started sloping to the upside. Now that has happened for the first time since this freaking 200 moving average started formulating itself back in 2018. Okay, finally started like sloping to the upside. Not significantly slope to the upside, but at least like there's a slight hint of little interest coming off of this dead body right here. So if it gets picked up, it's going to get picked up for good, and you want this sloping moving average to like have a little positive slope. Now this is going to be your macro outlook, and these are the things that you want to be looking at if you are facing FOMO. If you are like, oh my god, I missed everything, I suck. Well, you do suck at your trading, but that does not mean that you'll always suck at it, because there's only one reason why you're not making much money in trading, which is FOMO, which is constantly feeling the fear of missing out. That's it. Conquer that. You're going to be a better trader. Trust me. Trust me. And I'm here to help you. But at first, you got to be accepting of the fact that you do not know where the market is headed. You are just constantly encapsulating data for your own trading, and you're gathering evidences so that you can play your risk to reward opportunities. Nothing else. Humble down to the market. Nobody knows anything for certain. Okay, nobody knows anything for certain. Don't let these things get into your head, and be level-headed. Okay, 4 hour time frame looking nice on ICX Bitcoin as well. This one being a good area of significance right off. In fact, just looking at it, I can tell you that this one is going to be a key area of significant risk management right here. So watch this moving average catching up to this point, so you can come up with double support confluence, and this can be a stronger case for the price action to stay above it. Well, this one actually being a strong case already, as you can simply draw a zone over here, and you can argue about the fact that this one being an inverse head and shoulder about which the upside targets are probably met, I guess. I mean, it's pretty close even if you're not there. Yep, you could argue that all the upside targets were met, but I think in bull markets you have scope for overperformance. Now, what do I mean by overperformance? I simply mean that the target can be superseded 2 times. That could lead you to 50,000, 57,000 satoshis, testing these prior highs, and which points out towards the fact that if you can generally if you can simply draw a regression line here, you can argue that this was a wedge. Not exactly a wedge, because you've got blah 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 point of contacts and all that crazy shit, but just understand, like, these patterns does not mean that you want to have things like completely straightforward, like point to point precisely. Just get the trend right here. Just try to understand the price action behavior and market psychology. This is a wedge. This is exactly how a wedge functions. So you could argue that this is a wedge and we've broken out of it, we have retested it, so you want to come back and retest these levels. Now this one again being pretty significant levels coming on. I'll leave a timestamp to this particular point in video, in fact, because most of the summary is here in a pretty serious tone. And well, you could simply be retesting 60,000 satoshis all the way to the upside, which is near about almost a 70% move, I guess. 60% move right there for you. Downside validation below this breakout validation right here at 26,000 satoshis. So watch for this structure to hold up and you're good to go. Like, closing above this could certainly lead on to various other profit taking zones as well, which is going to be the first one, going to be this one right here. And after that, I don't see much stopping for Mr. ICX. I mean, yeah, this is the one right here. So I'm pretty sure it could be pretty close to some of the key Fibonacci zones of retracement. Not that close. In fact, the 236 coming in at this box, you could simply adjust it down here, and yep, you can argue that 236 is a significant point of interest. In fact, you want to gain this for prior all-time high test, but the 236 itself is pretty far from this point. It's a 480% distance. Pretty far. So a lot of things have to shape up in the small time frames for those things to happen. First and foremost is you want to be gaining the 60,000 satoshis to the upside, and then you want to be headed on towards 90,000 satoshis. You gain these both levels, then you talk about this one. Everything is step by step. So is your risk management, so is your stop loss, so is your take profit. Everything is going to be step by step. All right. You could argue about one more thing, like this one being a wedge. I think I already talked about this, and if you break if you actually want to break this one right here, your upside targets are going to be 200% to the upside, which is going to be 100,000 satoshis, perfectly aligning with the Neo, I guess. Neo 100,000 satoshis, or what is it, 10,000 satoshis? 100,000 satoshis right here for you. Could happen, could certainly happen. 177% move on ICX against US dollar could also mean you could be looking at $3 ICX. $3 ICX, not out of the question. Certainly a possibility. Market dynamics, if Bitcoin holds on certain particular levels, you're looking at ICX at 3.3. So not much to talk about here anymore, it looks like. Let's get to ICX against Ethereum. Just take a look at we'll take a quick look at it. And yep, ICX also being strengthful, just like Neo. So as you can see, the sector shift is real. The trend is kind of shifting, and ICX is going to be testing some key important levels against Ethereum as well. You take this level on higher time frame schedules, like 3-day time frame, then you can talk about ICX being extremely uber bullish against Ethereum for 800% move to the upside. Now don't get me wrong, it could happen. It could happen because this is what charts are telling me. This is what the charts say. So I do not have any insider information for ICX just like simply go up this much against Ethereum. But if ICX blockchain is able to pick up the adoption, which is going to be the overuse of Ethereum blockchain for DeFi, if ICX picks up on that, you are going to be looking at some crazy ICX evaluations against Ethereum as well. So here's a chance right here to actually 8x to 10 10x or Ethereum just by holding ICX. But for that, you got some key levels flipping bullish right here. This one being the most important one, the 100,000 Satoshi. If you close, not Satoshi, what is the Satoshi form of Ethereum? I asked this thing to you guys before also. Nobody seemed to have answered. Nobody's answering anything. Nobody's commenting anything as well. Are you shy to leave a comment? Just leave a comment, goddamn. Just say anything. Just talk crap about me. Just type something down that keyboard, right? All right, so this one being a pretty key significant level on Ethereum, on ICX against Ethereum. This region, this point right here would determine how the future of ICX is going to look like. Pretty interesting times ahead. For the time being, this is a rejection. For the time being, yep, until you're closing 3 days above it. This could be a potential profit taking zone of interest, but the long term you could start shifting gears. Is this a diverging price action right here? No, we do not have divergence coming off of this low. We do have divergence coming here and here, but well, this one got negated, so you can't really consider this one as a macro divergence. On the arithmetic scale right here, this one looks like a dead heartbeat to me, but you can talk about certain things like violation of this particular trend line right here is very important, to be honest. 122,000 sorry, 0.0122 Ethereum per ICX. You got to take that level and close your 3 day above it, then you can talk about testing those levels right there. All right, I think this was a pretty comprehensive outlook on ICX. Technical outlook, I'll follow up with icons certainly for sure in the future, and well, I hope to catch you guys on the next one pretty soon. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like if you like the video. Bye for now.